Alright guys, what's going on? We've got the 9th war of Season 20 here, and today 4 Loki's going to be facing Red X. This is a bit of a mismatch, I think. These guys, I think they were in Platinum 1 and Platinum 2 last season, but I have heard of them before. So, let's go ahead and take a look at their defense. So, their defense looks pretty good. You can tell that they don't have quite as developed of rosters, and the other thing is that they went for they basically didn't go for diversity at all. They placed a ton of dupes in here, but some of their defensive placement is actually really interesting. So they placed Nick Fury on Power Snack, but they didn't put him on Path 5 in Section 1, which I think is one of the better nodes for him. I thought this was interesting. On Encroaching Stun here, they did place a Mysterio. That's a really good placement. You can't Quake him there, so you have to actually deal with the node. Looking around here, the rest of their defense looks good. It just looks... some parts of it look a little bit underdeveloped. And then their boss is actually one we've never seen before, and that is a Dragon Man. So that's a new defender. There's no dual target out for it yet. And the person who placed the boss was placing, I think they were placed with 5 out of 5 Mystic Dispersion. So good placements from them. Like I said, we are going to be on Path 9 all the way here. And we're going to be starting off with this Stark Enhanced Spider-Man. This is the... I forget what it's called. Hazard Shift, Incinerate, and Poison. So Starky, I think, is better on the Rage node than he is here, because he has almost no health. So this really isn't going to be too bad. He is a stubborn defender, but since his health pool is so small, I do think he's better utilized on Rage. He's pretty dangerous on that node. So here, I'm just going to try to slow play it. I'm only going to try to hit him when he has the poison thing up. And there, I missed a parry, which was unfortunate. But you can see, I think that was like 8 hits or something like that. And, you know, it was a little bit overkill. I probably didn't need to hit him 8 times. So this is going to be a Nick Fury, and this is going to be on the Hazard Shift, Incinerate, and Poison. Also, I'm checking the SIG level here. And honestly, I do not mind this placement at all. I'm assuming they placed him on this node because of the Power Focus 1, hoping that he would go unblockable a lot if he would throw his special ones. But I'm going to start off with a heavy here, and then just try to stand close to him to build up spores, and hopefully have to hit him as little as possible when he's in his Incinerate phase. But I would prefer to fight Nick Fury on this node any day over the node that I usually fight him on, which is Heavy Hitter and Ebb and Flow Knockdown. That is probably one of the hardest nodes I've ever fought Nick Fury on, aside from maybe I think it's Powerful from Afar and Kinetic Transference. That was a very hard node to fight him on as well. But this one isn't too bad. I'm assuming the point of it was to just kind of extend the fight a little bit, hoping that you would take more Incinerate damage. But I am going to use my special 3 here to try to heal up a little bit. I'm going to be using Omega for 2 more fights after this. So you can see I got a tiny bit of healing back. I did get some power back as well. And at this point, I'm just kind of waiting for him to die and trying to hit him as little as humanly possible. So, not too bad. Definitely could have been worse. So we're going to go along here, and in Section 2... this is the Stunning Reflection path. So basically, you can't stun the defender. It is on a timer, but if you do damage while you're able to stun them, it gets reflected back on you. So you basically just have to play it stun immune. So this is going to be a Guillotine 2099. This is why I brought Medusa, and my initial plan was to go into the corner and knock her down and then go ahead and armor shatter her, but I got a good opportunity to intercept her here in the beginning, so I just decided to go for that. I want to make sure that I don't get hit because my living strands will stun her, and that is not going to be good. We don't want to stun her in this fight at all, so I'm just kind of, you know, block baiting heavies, and she's going to go down really easily. So my second fight here is going to be this thing, and actually my my next fight as well is going to be almost an identical fight to this thing fight. So this is Stunning Reflection. I'm also going to be taking the Stunning Reflection mini boss and Empowered Immunity. So basically I'm going to, well, let's just see how this fight plays out. So I'm going to block hit him a couple times, counter with a heavy, bait out a heavy attack here, go in. I'm going to try to keep his rock stacks under control, not paying a ton of attention to Stubborn. This is not a SIG 200 thing, and I'm pretty sure, yes, this person placed with suicides, so because of that he gained a little bit of extra power in the beginning. So, and it was only half suicides, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead, and this is probably the mistake that I made, is I threw a special 3 here. You can see the fight's going really, really well. Everything's under control. This is not a SIG 200 thing. But as soon as I come out of that special 3 animation, I'm blocking, and he's going to throw a special 2. And that is not good, because now he doesn't have power. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to try to block hit him, and I accidentally intercept him and go straight into a block, and he immediately throws his special 1. So now I'm stuck in this corner. I'm just kind of hoping that my spores will do enough damage to kill him. You can see it's really not working out for me. Because of Assassin, I didn't turn it off. I didn't think it was necessary for this fight. Here I'm trying to dex in the corner, and I'm just, yeah, he had 3% health left, and I died just standing in the corner like an idiot. So now I have to go ahead, I have to revive, I have to heal Omega Red because I am going to need him again, so I have to heal him all the way up. Very annoying. This guy had 3,700 health left. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to hit him like just a couple times, and he's going to die, which just makes it even worse. So that really sucked. I'm going to go ahead and share some energy with Dap here. So that last fight, that thing was not SIG 200, and he had about 130,000 health. This thing on arguably the harder node has almost 200,000 health and is SIG 200, so this is technically a more difficult fight, and if you mess up because of the Stupefy, it's much more punishing. So I was a little bit worried about this, but at the same time I was also pretty mad about having died on the last thing fight. So fear hadn't really taken over, it was just more frustration for the way the first one had gone. So you can see here I'm not gaining any power. He does have indestructible on him, but I'm just trying to stay kind of close to keep my spores up. And I am getting backed up, but at no point was I particularly worried. I got a good intercept there. You know, maybe that's the secret. Maybe it's just to play kind of angry. So this was just a couple minutes after that first fight. So I'm going to go in here. You can see that he's not being cooperative with hitting into my block. Gonna go ahead and heavy counter him, and now I'm gonna bait out this special 2. He's gonna go indestructible, but it's not a big deal. Throws his special 1. I'm gonna go back in. And you can just see this fight got a good intercept there. This fight is just much more, even though it was more difficult, I thought it was much more in control than the first one was. So I'm gonna go ahead and heavy counter him here. He's up to 10 rock stacks, and I pretty much know that that the fight is in hand here. The spores were ticking for over 1,000, even with just 10 of them. So yeah, I guess, you know, I got some redemption for the first fight. And the second fight, still frustrating. We did end up winning this war. Great job to both sides. Red X did a really great job. They ended up giving up extra deaths in the end once it was, you know, pretty obvious that we had won. But in the beginning, they were doing a great job. They were clearing a bunch of the map without dying. And yeah, and again, their defense was really well thought out and well placed. So great job to you guys. We've got 3 more wars this season. We're not sure. We could end up in top 3. But we'll see how it plays out. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.